All the thoughts and views expressed in this video are the opinion of Professor Lex and for entertainment purposes only. Now, if you rock with the channel, hit that like button if you haven't hit that like button yet. And if you're on mobile, swipe left on the comments and hit that hype button for me. So, over the past week, the rapper The Game went on a promo run for an upcoming mixtape with DJ Drama, his first, which would be a big deal if Game would not actually do interviews and find another way to do a promo run, because he cannot stop lying, faking, frauding, capping, whatever term you want to use when he does interviews. The Game has ruined his entire career by trying to be contrarian during interviews. Case in point.
But I feel like you beef with Drake, you don't win no matter what you do. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like Drake can't lose a beef, man. It's Drake. Like, in the whole thing with a beef is to make people and fans across the board not fuck with you anymore.
Now, we know how poorly that take about Drake aged. Now, his most recent comments in a Big Boy interview is what got him the most attention, and it's negative attention once again for The Game. While his response to Big Boy asking him how he felt about the state of hip hop, his response was this.
What do you feel the state of hip hop is right now, Game?
It's trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it. And me, I'm just, one of the best rappers on earth. So, I mean, what am I saying?
Now, this is going to really kind of contradict what he will say also in the interview about Kendrick Lamar and how he feels about Kendrick, seeing that Kendrick is kind of at the top of hip hop right now. Doesn't make any sense to call it trash at the same time. But true feelings are revealed if you just let a person keep talking. And this song and these lyrics by Kendrick take on a little bit different meaning.
I never lost who I am for a rap image.
If the shoe fits, wear it. And also,
I watch them pander with them backhanded compliments. Put their head on the Cuban link as a monument.
Now, Kendrick was featured on the Game album named Jesus Peace. Whacked out murals in the lyrics gains more depth and more meaning as time moves on. It's incredible. But Game was right. From a talent perspective, he is one of the best rappers alive. If you want to go top 20, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say top 10, but definitely top 20. I would put The Game in there, because when you have bars like this and you can just freestyle off the dome like this, it is undeniable. Check it out.
Man, cool. So I'm gonna spit, man. Let me see. Let's check it. Look, red rose, white ceiling. 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 I'll be rocking my Kobe's. I'll be in a red rose, white ceiling.
Now, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I had to put that in there. But Game is dope. I'm joking, but Game is top 20 for me. But the problem is this moment here. Game should be in this image, because at this time, Dr. Dre, who he says didn't do as much for him as Kanye West, but him and Kanye are very much alike with the erratic behavior, so I understand that. But Dr. Dre saved The Game's career by putting him with 50 Cent. 50 Cent gave The Game hit records, kind of taught him how to make hit records. And his career could have taken off if he would have represented G-Unit and held them down for a few years. Understanding they were in battle, he didn't want to do it. But I think Game just has a contrarian, weird type way of trying to go against the grain, and that is bad for your career. Now, he has always been trying to redeem himself, in my opinion, from this mistake, right? So he's always going back in history and kind of rewriting history. And that gets to the most egregious statements he may have made during this Big Boy interview, where he talks about when he first met Kendrick Lamar and wanting to sign Kendrick. Let's listen to a couple clips, and then we'll get into 2T's, the head of security for TDE, who doesn't really post a lot on social media, who made this post under the clip from Big Boy on his IG of this part of the interview, where 2T says, blood faking, he never wanted to sign Kendrick, and from what I understand, 2T's was very much around back then. So there's no reason to think that he's lying. But there's 1,000 reasons to think that the game is lying again.
First time I met Kendrick was a long time ago. I don't even know if he'll remember. He was going to the Yet Center in Compton, and as part of a probationary program, I had to go be a big brother at this Yet Center, and me and my homie Tato.
Getting hours signed on, hell yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't Kendrick's big brother, but he used to come in there and he was real young, man, and he was just always charismatic, always good with the words, man, and just a funny little guy. I don't even know if he remember. So in the beginning, I would be going in the beginning of my career. I'd be going by Top Dog's house and just helping him with J-Rock stuff and lending my 2 cents since I was a little bit ahead of the curve than from where they were. And I was always asking Top, I was like, yo, let me get that. Mm-hmm. He was like, no. And so he knew what he was. I knew what he was. J-Rock, when I took J-Rock on tour, Dot was hype man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I asked Top again at my house in Glendale. I was like, let me get Dot. He was like, nah. But he was like, yo, what if we piece up TDE? And I was like, man, I got Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
I want you to do.
So when you say let me get Dot, are you talking about let me get him as an artist or as a feature?
Let me get him as an artist because I already knew. I knew what he was gonna be, and nobody didn't understand it yet except everybody that was around Top and TDE. They knew, and I knew.
And here's the thing: some of those statements could be true, but more than likely, the I wanted to sign Kendrick part is not true. It's just like Drake wanting to help Kendrick when he took him on tour and wanting to show him through the game. Like all of this revisionist history that these people are having when they were still trying to get their footing themselves as artists. Okay, most artists are not looking to sign people when you really haven't gotten your career established quite yet. And Game, shortly after the release of the documentary, which was a smash hit album, I'm not taking that away from him, but the G-Unit drama and not wanting to, I guess, have 50's back when he was in the battles with everybody and making statements in the media that he really didn't have to make at all at the time. He could have just stayed out of it for the most part, you know what I'm saying, with the exception of maybe being on a couple records and defending the G-Unit name, so to speak. Didn't want to do that and instead launched the G-U-Not campaign and made ridiculous claims like this one, that the Game claims that 50 Cent and Jimmy Iovine paid him $1 million to stop saying G-U-Not within the clothing and the merch and all that. Now, this was the first humongous fable that I believe Game has probably told that I can remember. He's told many, but come on, they paid you $1 million to stop saying G-U-Not. Are you serious? The battle he was having with 50 Cent, he was losing, okay? Even though Game is a better rapper, he's not a better battler than 50 Cent is on record, okay? The diss record, I'm Not Rich and Still Lying, that 50 did at Game, where he was impersonating Game throughout the record, is a classic. It's still one of the best disses ever made, honestly, in my opinion anyway. So getting back to the Kendrick exaggerations, it's just difficult to believe because to think that he was in a position to sign anybody at the time doesn't really make any sense because he was trying to really save his career and maintain the success, which he did not do, that he was having at the time, right? He went on to clout chase and try to diss people. He went on to try to diss Jay-Z. Jay-Z called him a groupie. And he did something really weird, which is to try to diss Eminem. That would not sit well with Dr. Dre. Because if you're looking at it from a business standpoint, from Dre, from Jimmy Iovine, etc., in the scope in general, we already set you up with 50, hottest thing out, gave you a huge alley-oop to start your career, and you messed that up. Then you go completely against the grain and just diss the hottest rapper there has ever been at that time in Eminem. Didn't make any sense whatsoever. And somehow Game pretends like he doesn't understand why Dre does not really F with him as much as he probably could have and should have had Game done the right things and made smarter decisions throughout his career, right? Overall, I think Game continues to try to attach himself to Kendrick Lamar's success because he probably, in a way, could have been a part of it. I don't think he would have been a big part of it. I don't think, You know, maybe he was around topping them, I'm sure, early on, because Game was supposed to be next up in the West Coast at that time. But for sure, what launched Kendrick Lamar's career, for the most part, was the co-sign by Dr. Dre and the Look Out for Detox freestyle. Everybody who was hip-hop fans back then knows this. This is not a secret. There's no revisionist history that can give the credit to something or someone else. That is what made everybody pay attention. And then Kendrick took that opportunity to become the biggest thing in hip hop currently. And in my opinion, the greatest rapper of all time. Game probably feels that it could have and should have been him. Game, it's not for you. It wasn't for you. Just face that fact and quit doing interviews. Okay, to quote your frenemy, Jay-Z, we don't believe you. You need more people. Cut it out. So anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Hit that like button if you haven't hit that like button yet. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. If you're on mobile, swipe left on the comments. Hit that hype button for me. YouTube is really into this hype button for the small creators, so please do that for me if you rock with the channel. Hit that notification bell. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this video. Thank y'all for watching as always, and we out.